Hi, this is Avar from Scrappy Mania, and today I'm going to show you how to create these lovely flowers, and they look like mumps or daisy. Look at that one, and look at this one. Depending how you roll it, it looks very different, and then these are a little one. And the reason why I came up with these flowers because I just recently got a hold of my cousin in Puerto Rico, and we've been doing some Google Hangout together with my sister. Every Friday, whenever we can get together, we'd either do Friday or Saturday because we have a 3-hour difference between Arizona and Puerto Rico. Sometimes it's hard to get a hold of my cousin. Anyhow, so I was able to get a hold of her, and we wanted to create flowers. However, because she doesn't have exactly what I have, so I wanted to show her how to create these dimensional flowers, but she didn't have a daisy pump. I did buy the Heartfelt Creation Mumps collection, and so it has mumps in there, and I wanted to show her how to do those same flowers, but because she didn't have that punch or a die cut, and we didn't want to turn on our Cricut in order to do it, so I decided to show her how to do it by hand. So, and you know, it's an experiment. I was experimenting. I really didn't know it was going to come out this well, and it came out very nice. I really like how it came out. So the only thing you're going to need is squares. So this time I'm going to use some book paper. So I go to the vintage store, you know, at Goodwill or an old bookstore, and I buy their dictionary books. And I love these for mixed media. So you take some of that and you create squares. So I have a 4x4, a 3x3, and a 2x2. So these were created with 4x4, 3x3, and 2x2. And I wanted to keep it the same. One of the things that I'm going to change, because since she did not have this punch, this McGill punch that I love for the center, I went ahead and taught her how to create the center with just a straight piece of paper and some either regular scissor or French scissors. She did have these same Martha Stewart scissors. So I was teaching her how she can just, you know, make fringe like so with these scissors very quickly. And by the way, this strip is 1/2 inch. So I had to cut some 1/2 inch strips. She did have a quilling tool. She did have a hot glue, so that we were good with that. And then what I taught her was to take this strip and just quill it like so. Okay. And she quill it, and then once you quill it, you just push it back and create that center like that, like what I did here. It's okay, but I don't really like those kind of centers as much as these centers. So I'm going to show you how to do it with these. You're going to need a push pad or a cushion or mouse pad or anything. I am going to glimmer mist my paper, but I'm going to glimmer mist my paper afterwards because I really like how it works, that once you cut everything out, you just put some of this glimmer mist, you dry it, and it dries stiffer, so I really like that. So I cut already some of my centers. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to teach you how to do it on a large 4x4 so you can see me how I do it, but you'll do the same steps with the 3 and the 2x2. And you're going to need a stylus, some kind of stylus. I got this Chatterbox embossing tool, and you need tweezer because sometimes you want to push down in the center to make sure it adheres to the glue. You need, if you're not going to use this type of center, you don't need a quilling tool. This quilling tool is only if you are going to do the centers that I just showed you there. So I'm not going to use my quilling tool. I'm not going to use those French scissors, and then I have my hot glue gun ready to go. Okay. So let's go ahead and get started. Oh, and you're also going to need scissors. So you're going to take your piece of square, and you're going to fold it in half, corner to corner on a triangle. So you're going to create one triangle, like so. And then you're going to go ahead and put the folded side to your left. You're going to go ahead and bring corner to corner and fold. Okay? And then you're going to bring this corner down to the next corner, like so. Turn it over, and you're going to bring that corner over. Okay, so you have something like that. Then you're going to bring this corner over again. So you got something like that. Then you're going to bring this corner over. And then you're going to, this extra piece here, you're going to go ahead and fold it. And then fold this over. So let me go ahead and bring my close-up camera, and I'm going to show you how to do that again. I'm going to go ahead and show you the fold again now that I have a close-up camera. So you're going to take your square, your 4-inch square, and you're going to fold it in half. So this corner in half, notice this corner up in half. Then you're going to turn it, and with the folded side to your left, you're going to go ahead and fold this up like so. Okay. And then you're going to bring this corner, so now you have something like this. You're going to bring this corner over to this corner. Okay. And I didn't really cut this too well. I didn't create a square as good a square as it could be, but that's okay. Then you're going to do the same. You're going to turn it over. So once you have this, turn it over, bring this corner up to this corner. And don't lose sight of your center. This is your center. If you get confused and you use this as your center, you're going to create a snowflake. So don't lose, this is your center. This is what's going to be this piece right here. So don't lose sight of that center. Then you're going to bring this edge over like so. So this edge right here is going to touch this edge right there. Okay. Turn it over. This one, this edge is going to touch this edge right here, like you see there. Okay, then you have something that looks like this. It looks like a little birdie. So we want to tuck this edge right here, we're going to tuck that into this edge. So you're going to go and open it up, then fold this. So this tucks right in here. Let's fold it a little better. It's kind of hard to fold it with this camera, but that's okay. Okay, so you got something like that. Okay, then I usually like to see how it's uneven. This is lower than this tip, and this is lower than this. See how it's kind of uneven? I just like to even everything out. So I take my scissors and I just cut everything so now it's nice and even. Get rid of that. So what you want to do, let me get a piece of pencil so I can show you. You want to create a petal, and you want to create a skinny petal. So let's do a blue pen so you can really see that. You want to go ahead and cut your petal like so, and you want to make it skinny. Okay, and you don't want to cut down here. You want to start around here and go around your petals. So take your scissors, okay, you don't want to cut too further down because otherwise you're going to separate your flower. And because this is book paper, you got to be very careful when you open it. It's very delicate. So there's my flower, and see, I cut it a little too down here, but that's okay, it will hide. So but you notice I want to open these up a little better, so I'm going to take my scissors and just open each of this individual petal. I know it's a little more work because you got to open the petals, but for not having to dye, I think this is worth it. Okay, because otherwise you got to buy a Sizzix die, or you know, any kind of die, and it's going to cost you. Well, you can do your own little daisy without a die. So I'm going to do the same thing with the other one. Let's do it again. I want to repeat it so that way you get a good understanding how to do this. I was having an issue with my cousin with a language barrier a little bit. So I was trying to show her how to do it, and I don't think I was communicating very well in Spanish. It's been a long time since I've spoken Spanish. Now I do speak Spanglish, so it's a combination between English and Spanish. So it's kind of hard sometimes when you are talking with somebody that really don't speak hardly any English, except for some phrases, and trying to communicate is kind of hard. But we did it. We were able. I just had to go real slow. Okay. So you want to make it real thin because it is a daisy. And now this one came out a little better. And then, you know, you want to just snip a little more to separate these. I really like this new camera. I have a little tripod and I have a GoPro. It really helps when I'm creating flowers. I mean, it brings you up and close and personal. Okay, so I'm going to see how pretty that is. That's going to look very nice. And you don't even need to spruce it up like that. It'll look pretty even like this. You can just glimmer mist it, put it together like that. It looks very delicate. But we're going to bring it up a notch a little more. So then you're going to do the same thing with the 3" and the 2". Now these are very tiny, so I'm going to go ahead and do it off camera once I get it all cut out. So for these I use 2 of each. So I'm going to go ahead and use 2 of each to create this. So I'm going to cut them out off camera, so but the principle is the same. And let me just fold this one again so that way, just in case you did not get the fold. Let's do it one more time. So you're going to bring it up. I just want to make sure you kind of see how I do it, because the fold is very important in order to get a good flower. If you do not fold it right, you'll get this. So that's why I wanted to make sure that you know how to fold it, so that way you get the maximum amount of petals that you can get. So then you fold this up corner to corner. Okay, then you're going to bring this corner down, and you're going to go corner to corner here. Turn it over, this corner over here, corner to corner. Okay. Then you're going to bring this edge to this edge. Okay. Turn it over, this edge to this edge. Open it up a little bit so that way I can tuck this edge into this center fold. And it doesn't have to be perfect, you know, you do your best. And it's so small, sometimes it's kind of hard. Okay. Okay. Then I don't like, you know, I want to square it off, because otherwise you have some short end and tall end. So when you create the petal, you may not create it right, because it, you know, it's hard to kind of cut it if they're different sizes. Then you're gonna go ahead and go from here. Now this is smaller, so again, you're not gonna go too deep in here because it's smaller. So I would just cut it like that. So just go from here and just move it, and then go down. Be careful not to cut too deep in here. And if you got to take little bites, go ahead and take little bites. And I may have cut that too low. No, I didn't. And there you have it. Just be very careful when you open these, because you may break it. It's so delicate, the paper, that you may actually... Oops, sorry, I'm off camera. Trying to see over the camera is kind of hard. Okay, And then you see these, I don't like those. I want to separate the petals, so I just cut down the fold line, like so. And there you have it. So I'm going to cut some more. I'll be back. Now I wanted to come back at the 2x2 because the 2x2 is very small and a little more difficult to create nice large petals like that. So let me show you. Now this is going to be fine. So let me show you how to do that. It's more like a little star. You're going to have to cut more in between the petals in order to loosen them up, to free them up from the other one. So you're going to do the same thing. So let me do it real quick. Now you don't have to do 2x2s. You can start with 5x5, 4x4, and then 3x3, and you make a larger flowers. But for some reason I did 2x2. I do like the smaller for the centers of my flowers. So it's the same principle I showed you before. Okay, and then I'm going to open them up. Open this one up and then fold it. Then bring one over. But since it's so teeny tiny, you cut. It's gonna. Instead of starting real low, you want to start a little above. And you're not going to be able to do such a rounded edge. It's going to be more at a point because you don't have the space to be able to go round. Now, if you had a smaller scissors, you probably could do it. But I have this large scissors, so I'm just going to cut from down here and just cut straight up. Okay. Then come around and just cut straight down. Like so. See, it makes it a little more pointier, but that's okay. And now when you open it, let's open this up. It's not going to be as deep as your other ones. See, it's not as deep. The petals are more fused together. But that's okay, because that's when you go ahead and take your regular scissors and you kind of separate each of those petals to free them up. Okay. Just want to free them up, just cut through the fold, not all the way through. Okay, so there I have it. So now I'm going to go ahead and glimmer mist these. So I'm going to switch to the taller camera and I shall be back. I'm going to show you how I glimmer mist mine and dry mine. So now I'm ready to glimmer mist, and I'm using Heidi Swapp Color Shine, and the color I'm using is pink. For this you're going to need something to hold down your flower while you dry it, but you're going to go ahead and color mist it. And you can use any kind of box. I happen to have this box from some scrapbooking items that I purchased. So I'm going to bring this over here, and then so it won't fly all over the place. I'm going to go ahead and get my hair dryer. Oh, I didn't have it plug in, so let me plug this in real quickly. Okay, and then just bring this down. Okay, these are dry. So I got 2 large, 2 smalls, and 2 mediums and 2 small. And then I'm going to use 3 of these, 3 of my centers. So now this is where I'm going to pull my push pen. I'm going to bring you back to the close-up camera because I want you to make sure that you do see what I'm doing. Oops, sorry. So I'm going to change camera view, and then hopefully you can see what I'm doing. Okay, so I'm in a better camera view. So I'm going to take my little ones, and depending how I want it, if I want to create a flower that is kind of like this one, looks more like a mum, then you want to leave the color side up, and you're going to bring your petals in like so. And then you turn it over and maybe do a little bit like that. Okay. And just give it shape. Okay. I'm going to do the same thing with the center. I don't know. I like my centers like up. So that's why I do this way. Okay, put that aside. Now I'm going to go for my middle one. So if I want my middle one to go up, I'll do the same. Or if you want it down, now if you want this look, then of course you are going to flip it over and then bring those petals down like so, and it will give you that look. Okay? But I want my flowers to look a little wild, like wildflowers. So I'm going to do it reverse. I'm going to just bring the petals up like that. And be careful with these if you're using book paper, because the book paper is delicate. So you want to kind of handle with care and not be too rough with it. Make sure it's nice and dry before you do this. Otherwise it'll tear your paper. Okay, I like that kind of look. That looks kind of cute. Do the same thing with this one. This one I may not want to do it too pronounced. Because you know, in nature, a flower, it usually starts off real close and then starts opening up and loosening up. So I wanted this one to be a little looser, not as much as the other one. See how loose it is? Okay, and then this one, the large one, I wanted make it curve outward a little bit. So I'm going to put the color down because I want to, so my petals are curling inward, just like a flower in nature. And when you color, see how it already gets like a little form like that. And let's go in the center. It's all going to look good once you put it all together. And then this one, it did get a little bit of form when we dried it, but that's fine. Just work with it. Doesn't have to be perfect. It's going to look very nice. Like that, and then turn it over. Okay, put that aside. Now we're going to bring 3 of these little centers. This is, to review, this is from the McGill Punch, and it is called the Starburst McGill Punch. But anything like that, a little star. Martha Stewart has a punch that looks similar to this. Doesn't have the dots on it, but it's just like a little star. Those will be good. I know Heartfelt Creation has a die. It's a set of flowers that has this kind of center, and that will be a good one to use too. Actually, I want to put 4. I'm going to do 4. Okay. This is where you may need your tweezers so you don't burn your fingers. So I'm going to put a little bit here. and then close this up like so. And then I'm going to put a little bit here. Be careful, don't burn your fingers. Put that in the center, then close it up. See how it looks nice and closed? You don't have to close it up too much, but you know, something like that. Look how cute that looks. That's why I like these better. I like these centers better than this center. That looks too artificial for me. This looks a little more like a real flower. So put another one there. And then this one, I'm just going to let it open a little bit more. And there you have it. I think I just needed 3. 3 is good enough. Okay, so now we're going to get the small size. The smallest size of my petals or my flower. Put a little bit of glue and just put that there. And then close it up a little bit. Look how cute that is. That's going to look very nice. Okay. Then you're going to take this one. And I like using book paper because my flowers come out very delicate. It feels so delicate. They're beautiful. I love it. And see that one, this little flower, it's good like even like that. Just leave it like that. Put it on a layout with some leaves around it. Beautiful. So you may want to do some different flowers. You can create a big flower like this with little flowers on the side. Put some greenery, a flourish. It'll look very nice. Okay. Now we're going to go ahead and bring the next set of flowers. Look how beautiful that is looking. Hopefully you can see that. Bring the next set of flowers or flower. It doesn't matter if you put the glue first on the flower and then on here. It doesn't really matter. Next set of flowers. Let's put a little glue there. Put this there. And the last set of flowers. And I like to use this because I go in between, so I don't want to smoosh my flowers, so I use a tweezer to kind of push everything down, so that way every flower touches each other. And then you can use this to kind of shape it a little bit. So there's my flower. So that's one style of flower. This is another style of flower. Okay, they're all going to come different because remember you're creating it from a square, so depending how you cut it, it's like these were a little fatter than these. These have a little rounder edge. These have a little pointy edge. So instead of cutting it round, you may just want to cut straight up and down and make that little pointy edge. And then this one, I embossed them all the way, you know, with the color down, and then I just embossed the back, and that makes a different type of flower. And then this one, I just put 2 flowers. Actually, there's only one, and then one of these. Don't like this one that much. It's a good filler for something, but so I hope you like this tutorial on making these wonderful simple flowers. No dye required except for the simple tools that you already have, which is the scissors. You probably have a mouse and embossing tools and just, you know, some glimmer mist. So I hope you like it. Thank you for watching. Bye now.